It's kind of dark out this morning. I'm just walking to my truck to start my day, and I've been thinking a little bit about the egg. The egg, again, represents the fact that you have no business writing a book because you don't have any experience. And that'll come up time and time again. Once you've written your book, though, nobody can ever say again for the rest of your life that you've never written a book or that you have no experience in writing your book. So that alone should be motivation to write your book, to get rid of that egg forever, because the egg only happens once. The egg only comes about one time because it's the fact that you never wrote a book. You never wrote any articles, nothing like that. So I'd like to think that there's only one egg in a person's life. And that egg shows up when a person is trying to sit down and write their book. Once you finish your book, I think it can almost be, even if you don't publish it, that egg will never show up again. I'd have to think about it. Maybe it'll show up. Excuse me. I'm talking too much this morning. Maybe the egg will show up because you haven't published a book, and maybe it's a different kind of an egg. Maybe it's like a robin's egg, a tiny one or something, where it says that, yeah, you wrote a book, but you never published your book. So I'd have to explore this idea of the egg further. But I think I'm on to something, because I was baffled. I was like, man, I have basically 15, 16 obstacles that I'm in the process of overcoming. And I think I've found all the obstacles that there is through these various birds. And it bothered me that the one obstacle that I didn't see was the egg. And again, the egg represents, it could be your thoughts. It could be someone coming up to you and saying, oh, that's interesting. Have you ever written a book before? That seems to be the next thing, is when you're telling them that you're writing a book, the conversation turns to, maybe it's because of the title of my book, How to Spot a Chicken Hawk. And the whole theme, the whole premise of my book is, it's a book about how to write a book. I think that's what I'm stumbling on, is who am I? Usually, and that's it, usually an author will write a few books in order to teach people on how to write a book. Like I can't teach somebody how to ride a motorbike unless I've rode a motorbike. At the same time, I have ridden a motorbike. The point is I think to be an expert, it's hard to teach other people if you haven't done it. So that's why I'm exploring all these options, so that when the book is finally finished, I can say, yeah, I wrote a book on how to write a book, and here's the book. Hand it to that person. So, I don't know. I just feel intrigued with the idea of the whole writing process. And I haven't written any blogs or posts or anything. I did set up a Twitter account. It's called Scotty, this Scarecrow Scotty. That's my Twitter handle. So in that, I hope to be able to share my thoughts about my book, and then also get input from other people as to what their experience is when they write a book. So there you go. So that's the egg.